Y'all's about to go down. I said y'all's about to go down.
What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to another show of the Urban Health Nurse Educator. I'm your host, Steve Belcher. Thanks for joining. What's going on? I hope everyone's doing well, staying safe, staying quarantined. Tonight, this broadcast or show, education session, is not going to be long, but I'm going to talk about iron. And this is a medication that a lot of kidney warriors take at the dialysis center. Either it may be hanging up in a bag, or they may be giving it to you in a syringe, and it looks like a dark solution. And I've heard some patients even say it tastes like licorice. So we're going to talk about iron. If you ever wondered what that stuff was that's hanging up in the brown bag, when the nurse comes and hang it on the machine and you see them giving it to you, or they come to your machine and give you a little bit at a time in the venous chamber, that black stuff, sometime it may clot up your lines. Have that ever happened to you, getting this medication? So let's talk about iron. Iron is a very important mineral that is needed for many body function. It's an important mineral and it's really needed. Iron is needed to make the red blood cells that carry oxygen through the entire body. So if you don't have enough iron, you can't make the red blood cells or enough. A low iron level is called iron deficiency. So some of the common causes of low iron in dialysis patients are blood loss, such as bleeding from your access, surgery, or frequent blood tests. What about the times when your lines clot and they have to dump your blood and the dialyzer in the trash? You lose iron that way. Or what about if you bleeding and the next thing you know, you look down on the floor and it's a puddle of blood under your chair? Has that ever happened to you? Has anyone who's been on dialysis had some type of major blood loss? Because it happens. I've seen it all the time. Whether a person's holding their access and they weren't paying attention and they let off the access, let the pressure off, or a dialysis line came loose and the patient didn't know it. So you can lose blood many ways. Also, you don't have to be a dialysis. How many patients, because this is very common with dialysis patients, is GI bleeding. And what I mean by GI bleeding, gastrointestinal or bleeding from your stomach. Very common with dialysis patients. And the way you can tell if you're bleeding from your stomach or you have GI bleeding is if your stools are tar. They look tarry black. If your stools look tarry black, 9 times out of 10, you're having some GI bleeding. Another common cause of low iron is poor absorption of iron from food in the intestinal tract. Also, not eating enough high iron foods due to poor appetite or diet limitations. If you have a poor appetite, you're not going to eat. thus not getting enough iron-rich foods. So let me tell you what will happen without enough iron. You may have low energy level and difficult concentrating, pale skin color, or spoon nails, which are nails that are thin and curved. Anemia. We all know what anemia is: low blood count, a low hematocrit, and a low hemoglobin level. Decreased appetite, shortness of breath. This is all behind a low iron level. And if you're on dialysis and you're having fatigue, low energy, difficulty concentrating, shortness of breath, decreased appetite, you may not know what's causing that. It could be low iron. So let me tell you the blood test that will show if your iron is low. The iron saturation, all right? That's the amount of iron that's available in your blood. Iron saturation, the amount of iron available in your blood. The other test is the ferritin. Again, ferritin. That's the amount of iron stored in your body. So it's two different ones. You got your iron sat, the amount of iron available in blood, and then you got your ferritin, the amount of iron stored in the body. If your iron is low, what they normally do is give you that iron in the bag or in a syringe, right? You see the nurse coming around, going into the venous chamber. Actually, I got a venous chamber right here, right? And so they put that syringe on here, right here. We unscrew that, right? Put the syringe on, and you see us coming back maybe every 3 to 5 minutes, pushing a little bit more medicine in the lines. That's the iron. So you can get it in pill forms, but what happens, sometimes you get poor absorption from the pills. And also it can cause constipation. So again, if your iron level is low, intravenous iron may be given during your dialysis treatment, or the doctor may give you pills, but a lot of times they don't give you really pills anymore unless you're in before dialysis. And what it is, let me tell you how they break it down. You get 1,000 milligrams, right? And they break that 1,000 down into 100 milligrams per treatment. And that's over 10 treatments, right? So you get a test dose to see if you have a reaction to the iron. And then if you don't, we continue to give you a course of iron. We can't give you 1,000 milligrams all at one time. So they give it to you over 8 treatments. Now, if you are taking an iron pill, take it separate from your phosphate binder. Take it between meals or at bedtime. Do not take it with dairy products, coffee, tea, or alcohol. Take the amount of iron supplement your doctor prescribes. Increase your intake of high iron foods such as lean meat, iron fortified and iron enriched cereals and rice. Use an iron skillet. How about that? An iron skillet for cooking if one is available. Iron is found in foods from both plants and animals. However, iron from animal sources is absorbed better than iron from plant sources. Vitamin C and protein foods help increase iron absorption from plant foods. Strawberries, tangerines, and vitamin C enriched cranberry juice are some kidney friendly sources of vitamin C. Read food labels and look for 20% or more iron per serving. Now, let me give you the lab values of the ferritin and the iron. So when you go to dialysis and when the dietitian and they're talking to you about your labs and they talk about iron and ferritin, you can be one up or you could be on the same level and know what they're talking about. So the ferritin, the desired value for adults on dialysis for ferritin is 200 to 800 ng per milliliter. All right. If it's higher than 800, this could be some of the causes. Excessive iron, IV iron in past 2 weeks. So it could be a false high. Inflammation, infection. So if you have inflammation or an infection, they don't give you iron because it just exacerbate the problem. Or active liver disease. Common causes of the low value of ferritin is iron deficiency. Now, let's talk about the iron saturation. This is the second test to determine your iron levels. The iron saturation should be between 20 and 55%. Again, 20 to 55%. Common cause of it over that could be iron overload, anemia, hemolytic, megaloblastic or cytoblastic, and the common cause for low volume could be iron deficiency. So I hope that cleared up or explained why you may be getting iron infusions at dialysis. That brown bag that's hanging up on your machine that's infusing is iron and is used because your iron sat or your ferritin may be low. Normally, it's the iron sat that's low, and that's why they administer the iron. So, guys, thank you so much for watching this broadcast of iron. We hope you got something from it. Let me read the comments here. You don't have to share it to kidney Facebook groups. Wow. I'm not sure that, Jared. Still taking iron now. Internal bleeding some places. Okay. Wow. Uncle Jim, Jeremy, I tried, but the large kidney groups never prove it. Oh, okay. In time. Yeah. Thanks, Jared. Okay. I got it now. Hey, Uncle Jim, my hands is up. Thanks for watching. Hey, man. So I'm going to probably come back on in probably about another 20 minutes. I'm just doing some broadcasting for YouTube channel and just something to do, keep busy and educate at the same time. So be on the watch out for another short video in about 15 to 20 minutes. I just got to go back into the lab and pick something out and come right back. Thank you guys for watching. I always appreciate the support. God bless you and stay safe. See you guys in a little bit. Peace and blessings.
Yo, it's about to go down. I said, yo, it's about to go down.